need to talk to you all.
Holy hell, you just scared the crap out of me. What was that?
About a serious injustice in this world.
Yeah, it is a serious injustice with all the epidemic of those creepy killer clown people walking around and following people. I just thought you were one of them. So sorry about that. You startled me. That is an injustice.
And that is the sexism that comes from men.
And what about the sexism that comes from women? Oh, you're going to say women can't be sexist. Okay.
Women are raped and murdered, and for this, we need to kill all men.
So in 2014, when USA Today reported about a new CDC report revealing troubling equality when it comes to sexual assault rapes, should we say kill all women?
I am sick of being a baby factory that produces more men.
Well, I'm sick of you being a baby factory producing more men too. So stop producing more men or anything. Pretty simple solution, wasn't it?
Kill male babies and just kill any man that you see, like in the streets, like any swinging dick. Just kill him.
Okay, so like those creepy killer clowns that are being seen all over the country. If I see you walking on the street, I'm going to go on the other side. And also my male babies I'll take with me.
Because we want the species to go on, but we want it only to go on with women in it. So that's what we have to do. That's the only way to keep the human race going, is with just women.
Oh my, I don't suppose you've seen the film Kamos from 1976, directed by Bertrand Blier. Worth the watch.
Get it? Okay, I decided to finally pick up this topic and discuss it because every anti-feminist, MRA, atheist white male likes to say, well, what about the hashtag kill all men?
Every one of them say this. Huh, very interesting. Okay, I'll keep watching. So I guess it's okay to say that all feminist SJWs and religious nutjobs say they get all upset and hot and bothered and all bent out of shape over the hashtag feminists for autism.
Well, if you look up any blog post, if you do any research on this hashtag, you will find that it was only created to fuck with the heads of anti-feminists and MRAs online.
That's funny. I did research, and the first website I came up with was on an article on Salon. And although in one part of it they say that nobody really thinks the hashtag is a serious call to genocide, which, okay, you're right there. They do conclude this paragraph by saying, but there's nothing quite like gleeful shoe on the other foot bullying disguised as satire to give the most tiresome elements of the men's rights lobby, and they are legion, fuel for their own self-righteous sense of victimhood. Now you'll note they mention this as bullying, something we hear a lot of complaining about. And there's also their own self-righteous sense of victimhood, which implies that you have your own self-righteous sense of victimhood, and the anti-SJWs or MRAs now have fuel for their own self-righteous sense of victimhood, and you're giving it to them. That's real tricky. That's real smart, clever. Yeah.
Such examples of tweets for the hashtag kill all men.
I'm going to skip past all these tweets and hashtags because they're silly, but I'm really glad you find them funny. I know you definitely are the type of person that takes threats that are as jokes as humorous. That's how you probably see all threats on the internet, especially when they're men towards women. You just laugh, you think they're hilarious and funny. So that's why this is okay, right? Okay.
How can any of you take this seriously? This is ridiculous.
Well, you see, I think I'm a little different than you. I take any any threats on the internet or anywhere seriously. And so do three of many, many, many examples you're going to see in a second showing up on the screen. Feminists all over who take this seriously.
I'm going to link a couple of blogs below which explain this hashtag and explain how this was just a hashtag developed to make fun of men's rights activists because they are crazy conspiracy theorists.
You brought it up. You brought up the word conspiracy theory. Let's talk about the grand scheme of the patriarchy as some oppressive system that is supposed to benefit all men at the expense of all women. Nice. That one's good enough. I don't think I need to list more conspiracy theories by feminists, but there are plenty of them.
Because some of the top websites, when you Google search hashtag kill all men, are AVFM, A Voice for Men, which is a big men's rights activist site run by Paul Alam. And then it's like, you know, what else? There's like mensvoice.com or like all these like men activists, basically just fucking online harassers.
All these men's rights websites I'm not familiar with. I'm not familiar with the sites. I'm not even familiar with the subject until very recently, but you smugly spell it out that these men, as if it's some horrible thing. You know, I believe in equality, and I don't believe that there's anyone in the world that should be treated better or worse than I would want myself to be treated. And that extends to every single person. I really don't appreciate men who harass or smugly talk about women, and at the same time I'm really bothered by women who arrogantly talk down about men. I think that as humanists, we, I don't know if you're one, but we tend to think of human beings as the same and having equality and equal rights. But I think it's starting to look like there's people out there are crying about men harassing them, and they think it's funny to harass men. You know, in kindergarten class, when you know, Johnny pulled her pigtails, well, he did it too, or she did something to me. That's not, you know, this is childish. It really is. It's childish, and I think you're probably better than this. I don't think you really want to live your life like this.
I mean, because if men's rights activists were really like doing something, they'd be out doing something, which...
Except maybe that when men's rights group tried to do something, there's this one video here, men's group hosts anti-sexism dialogue while protesters scream to shut down event.
Most of them, or all of them, had student deferments. This was before they established a lottery to determine who was going to go. But they were uncomfortable about talking about the specific inequality because I was less interested at that point in the hops and doves and the even collection of cars and cars and whatnot. I was interested in what manhood has to do with young soldiers. And that was something.
Really, their bitching has created more things for feminists to work on, to work towards equality for both sexes. So that's been a positive thing, but they don't really do shit. They just kind of bitch and complain. And they're a bunch of losers who can't get girlfriends, basically.
Well, I'm glad that you would like to remain classy and dignified and not make generalizations about people you don't know.
The popular alternative news source Infowars.com reported on a Twitter hashtag called #KillAllMen, in which feminists openly expressed their hatred of men. Some even called for violence. The hashtag exploded on Twitter Sunday and was still very active on Monday when Infowars reported it.
Okay, I'm going to end it right there, because the fact that someone quotes Infowars in their article is okay. I don't. Yeah, you need to be dismissive, but I need to be dismissive of you because you're actually giving credence to information passed on by Infowars. End of subject.
You're a joke to us. Like, do you not get that? Like, yes, a peaceful human rights group that advocates for equality also advocates for genocide. Yeah, that happened.
So this is an amazing statement that someone is a joke to you. A human rights group that advocates equality, and you're talking about almost half of the population that they're a joke to you. Men are a joke to you. It's something snooty to look down upon. You can't even be given the time of day to think about, because they're beneath us. I'm sure you're probably a lovely person, a very nice person, maybe confused. But if you looked into real human rights, you wouldn't be putting down other people for their opinions, maybe making counter statements like I hope I've done, counter arguments. But to be so derogatory towards other people, when the shoe is on the other foot, I'm not comfortable with men putting down women, being derogatory, being snooty and stuck up and smug about it, and I don't feel that I don't feel comfortable with women being that way about. I don't feel that way about men being that way to men, or women being that way to women, or anyone. Because you did say equality, and I don't in the feminist SJW movement, which is the word equality should be sticking out. I really don't see it. I really don't see it.
Talking about, or what, any of those idiots online.
There you go again. Well, welcome to the men's good old boy act like a jerk club.
Should probably do a little research, rethink your life, take it in a different direction.
That is some very solid advice you need to give to yourself.
A lot of you guys are young, like I was saying to Charming Man the other day, like, dude, get out while you can. You're going to be a loser for life if you stay making videos online talking shit about women.
I was just thinking the same thing. You look fairly young. I don't know how old you are, but you're going to end up being the same loser that you're warning against, talking shit about men.
You think they're not going to find that? Like, you want to go on a date with some girl, she's going to Google you and be like, oh, he's a total bigot and misogynist. Like,
you're gonna go on a date with a boy and he's going to say, oh, she's an insane feminist nut crusher who makes videos yelling about men online and cursing and talking shit about men. Oh, that's really going to do you real good. I'm sure it'll be lining up outside your door.
Like, fuck this guy. And you'll be like, why? Why do women not like me? They just want custody of children and child support for the fucking sperm that turned into a baby. It's like, just stop being lame.
And here's some advice for you. Don't live your life like that. I sincerely wish you well, though.